Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Alpha 3.6.2 is on the PTU currently, and it should soon be going to Open PTU or live or both over this week most likely. Though the 890 jump is the main focus of the patch, there are a few other tweaks that they've made so far in the PTU. So let's talk about the additions and iterations that the patch has gone through leading up to 3.6.2e, which is the current PTU patch at time of recording. The focus of the patch is the Origin 890 jump, testing it, its performance, how it affects the servers, where can it spawn and dock properly, and it's the largest ship currently flyable in-game, and it is extremely cool. However, there are some other changes that they made to weapons that weren't working as intended. The Hurston Dynamics weapons, Attrition and Dominance series, should no longer penetrate shields, and neutron weapons should no longer penetrate shields at long ranges, in the way that they were just going straight through them effectively. The Attrition and Dominance have had their heat-based damage bonus removed and given it a slight damage increase to compensate, just as like a static buff effectively. This was because that bonus damage seemed to cause the weapon to literally just penetrate shields and wreck ships all over the shop. So they've also removed the damage drop-off from neutrons and reduced damage to bypass shield penetration issues as well. So that's good. So those two weapon types, well, three weapon types, I suppose, should all now work as intended. Those penetration issues were incredibly important to fix, as they were able to annihilate ships pretty easily. However, they have left those sort of weapons in an odd state now. They should get more appropriate fixes and balancing, most likely for that live build, hopefully anyway. Otherwise it will have to be in 3.7. Moving to some of the changes to landing zones, they slightly reworked larger ship pad sizes, and they've added two more extra large hangars to Lorville and Area 18 to accommodate the 819 Reclaimer. Those ships can only be spawned currently at Hurston Lorville and ArcCorp Area 18. They also updated the docking time for larger ships so you could actually get to their bridges and take off in them. They also made compatible stations properly refuel large ships now. Throughout the PTU patches, we're on the F build currently. The 890 jump has been that focus, and they've seen a lot of iteration and fixing for that, so let's talk about that. They've updated ARC for its thrusters, increased its health pool so that its hull isn't destroyed so quickly, and they've slightly decreased the shield strength of it. They've made level of detail and damage model updates. They've updated lighting and fixed various lighting issues. They fixed doors to be interactable instead of being automated. They've updated landing gear animations, quantum VFX, and interior VFX states. The starboard side bench in the master suite of the ship should now have interaction highlights properly. Missile launchers should no longer clip when in remote turret mode. They've moved indicator lights to accommodate new landing heights. There should no longer be extra airlock doors on the ship. They've changed the elevator UI to be more appropriate. They fixed UV issues on glass on the manned turrets. They fixed some missing audio in the ship's atrium elevators, crew bathroom doors, and turret rotations. They slowed down crew lifts to prevent players from falling through them. All large hangars should now be accessible on landing and not blocked by the no-fly zones, something which would be quite annoying previously. Wine glasses should no longer pile up in hangars and reduce game performance, so they're correctly culled and purged from the server, rather than literally being left behind or anything like that. The shield bubble for the ship should no longer be heavily offset on the ship, although there are a couple of other little extras that weren't 890 jump related as well, I suppose. Players should no longer be able to gain money by interrupting the refueling process, an odd bug, and there's been various performance optimizations as well, not just with the 890 jump, but in general. So we'll have to see how those pan out when in live, because the PTU patches aren't necessarily a good litmus test for what performance we're going to be getting in the live build. There are some known issues in the current 3.6.2 PTU patch though. Players will not respawn sometimes after their ship is blown up in a no-fly zone, and you have to effectively relog. Replace Me balls are inside Teacher's ship shop currently, and I actually think I saw them in the 890 jump, and powering on the 890 can occasionally cause a client crash. Not ideal. But once they've sorted those out, we should see that patch go to live. It looks like the live build of 3.6.2 is probably going to reset Alpha UBC ships and general progress as well, though that's not 100% confirmed. It is very likely. Ship rentals are not in the 3.6 branch anymore. We're not going to see them in 3.6.2. They have been moved into Alpha 3.7. That Alpha 3.7 patch is the next major patch and should be live by the end of September. The 3.6.2 interim patch and 3.7 are pretty light on content compared to what we expected. And that seems to be partly down to CIG catching their breath to try and start getting patches out now on time without these interim patches so much anyway. We should see 3.7 hopefully go to live by the end of September. They've got this new sort of staggered development process, which you can learn more about if you want to check out a video on it, but it should mean that they've got more time to focus on each of the individual features for a patch, and they can be a bit more accurate with the roadmaps and meet deadlines more accurately. So I am hoping that they start doing that. The 3.6.2 patch, yeah, it is basically just adding the 890 jump and doing some quick weapon hotfixes. The 890 jump is a really interesting ship because at the moment it has not really much of a use other than being massive. It's massive, it's cool, but most of the passengers aren't going to care with this ship whether it's moving or not. It's a giant hotel, it's a big social area, but there's not really much to do in forms of gameplay with the ship. Why take it to anywhere? Well, I mean, you could argue that it's a cool social experience and that it's a very powerful sandbox ship at the moment. You could easily get 50 people on that ship. There's so much seating and so much room there, and that would be a full server just on one ship. So yeah, if people have got plans to use them in-game in like a sandbox way, plan their own missions and stuff like that with them, great. We do know that CIG have been prototyping a FPS mission aboard 890 jumps, whether that's on derelicts or as part of a defense mission or part of a mission chain or something. We don't know yet whether you have to have your own 890 jump or it will be an 890 jump that's being attached somewhere else that you can just participate in a mission with. We don't 100% know, but these sort of ships are going to start to need gameplay. It's probably a reasonably capable role mission running ship. Once we have mission sharing and some sort of better party features, I suspect these will be used. And the ship doesn't actually destroy servers as much as I was expecting. I've seen like 8 or 9 of them flying around together, and they didn't destroy my frame rates or anything like that. They didn't crash the server. I think it's pretty good to see that CIG, Star Citizen, can put these huge ships in game and them not cause too much issue. At least I haven't seen much issue. I'm sure some people have been like, no, I've not been able to see the 890 jump. It causes my game to crash every time I play. Or I very much suspect there are some problems that people are having. Certainly it's a PTU build as well. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying the 890 jump, but it's just a bit of a weird one. We need more gameplay. We need to start getting more gameplay loops in the game. And I think that's hopefully what the staggered development will provide in 3.8, I suppose, starting. We should have some genuinely solid gameplay by then. And if they are pushing for server-side object container streaming, and if they're pushing for full persistence for 3.8, 3.9, 4.0, that sort of time period, then that'll be absolutely great for the game. And we should start to see a lot more to do and a lot more reasons to play. Mission sharing in 3.7, superb. Chip rentals, 3.7. Fantastic. Yeah, let's start getting gameplay in there and let's start enjoying it more than just a glorified social tech demo. More gameplay, more good in my opinion. But please tell me what you think. Do you think the 3.6.2 patch is quite exciting with the 890 jump? Do you think it's going to add a lot more gameplay to your game? Do you have one? Or are you trying to fly one with an org or teammates? Or are you wanting to try and steal one and board one? Do you think it's a great sort of like test for large ships in the game working? Or do you think it's quite disappointing that there isn't enough gameplay to the 890 jumps yet before they put them in game? And I suppose you could say that with the Reclaimer as well. We don't have salvage yet. It's massive. What's it doing other than being a massive ship? I suppose the 890 jump does have more function than the Reclaimer at the moment, though. Are you excited for some of the stuff that's coming in 3.7, like mission sharing? Or are you waiting for Star Citizen to be a little bit more gameplay complete before jumping in? Whatever your opinions, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a ship giveaway for September 2019. It's for an Anvil Carrack. the mighty exploration ship. It is being donated by the organisation Ultra. They are a chaotic, neutral, multi-role org where they encourage their members to focus on their speciality and find their speciality, and they provide them the freedom to play however they want. In Ultra, you're not just another drone, you become part of a family is the idea. Links below to check them out. They are recruiting. To be in for a chance of winning that ship, just comment on any of my videos made during September though. A random comment will be chosen as the winner. More details below. I am also shilling for NordVPN and Shadow gaming PCs, so use the code BoredGamer for discounts there. NordVPN, in a world of censorship and privacy issues, VPNs allow you to browse the net and play games in more safety. NordVPN has many benefits over free VPNs, and that's why I shill for it. Some of you also might be interested in Shadow cloud gaming stuff. This allows you an alternative to sort of like buying and maintaining your own gaming PC. You can stream a custom Windows 10 environment to devices like your phone, a laptop, or a crappier, lesser PC, and bam, it's fantastically powerful, and it's maintained and hardware is regularly updated for you. It's a fantastic service, Shadow. Cloud gaming certainly has quite a big future ahead of it. If you'd like to further support my channel, please consider subscribing, sharing this video, ringing the YouTube bell so you get notifications when a video goes live. This is a channel that is funded by the community via donations, Patreon members, YouTube members, and anyone else that wants to get involved with comments and helping. Thank you to everyone that goes the extra mile. Take care, and I will see you in the verse.